So yeah, that's a quote. I like the way you put it. The quote I tell people is, over the 23 years of my life, I realized it's not the physical body that holds us back, but the biggest disability you can have is a bad mindset. And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna get a little weird here, but I look at the world as the Matrix. Like, I look at it as a game, man. And the thing is, the majority of people don't realize that they're in control of the reality, that they're literally able to shape the reality through their intent. Being intent, having intent is very powerful. Your thoughts, your words, people don't realize the power in words when you speak them. Like, I always catch people, like the last coaching call, she's like, what book are you reading? And I was like, I'm reading a book on investments, and I know nothing about investments. That's why I'm learning about it. And she's like, yeah, I'm like stock dumb. I was like, you aren't stock dumb. I was like, you're stock learning. I was like, because there's a big difference. And every time that you speak that, every time you say I'm stock dumb, you reinforce that belief and you give it power. That's like little shit. People don't think that's a big deal, but language is a massive deal. The way we talk to ourselves, the way we talk to other people, literally scopes, interactions, our conversations, the way we feel about ourselves. Like, language is super powerful. And so these are the little techniques that are in your mind, right? Catching your language, being self-aware of the words you use, being self-aware of you speaking your affirmations, your incantations, stepping into a new identity. Like, for me, one of the incantations that I added was, I am a tactical speaker. It was one of my limiting beliefs of, like, I'm not tactical enough. I need to get more tactical. I need to have more content. And so now in my incantations, I start off, I am a tactical speaker. And then it's followed up, I'm a force for good. I'm a student of the game. I'm kind. Abundance flows through me. I'm decisive. I'm evolving as a leader. I'm becoming the man I'm meant to be. Now, at first, those beliefs may not register, right? Because you're not fully that person. But when you continuously do that with repetition and you embody it with your state, you embody it with your physiology, with emotion, you start sculpting your identity. You start sculpting your DNA, the person that you're becoming, right? And so that's what I mean about the biggest disabilities of bad mindset is my programming. Like, people can see me on the street and say, he's disabled. But when we compare mindsets, now I'm the one who's able. Like, my programming is far more superior because I practice it. I've realized the power of the mind. I've realized that it's not the physical body, but it's the way that I view the world. It's the way that I think about situations. It's the way that I treat people with compassion. Like, these are all little mindset tricks. And I think just people are looking for mechanics. 20% of business is mechanics. Everybody can tell you the mechanics and the way to build a business, but 80% of business is psychology. It's the way that you operate. It's the way your clients operate. It's the way you view your customers. It's the way the customer experience. It's like, it's so much more than mechanics, bro. It's like our programming. And also, getting into the matrix and the world is like, we are primed every single day through our phones, through the news, through the media, through everything. We're primed. There's so much negativity on the news. You turn on the TV, it's negative. You turn on Instagram, now you're primed to compare and say, oh, well, I'm not successful because that guy's got the boat and that guy's got the house. And what am I doing, right? It's the comparison epidemic is real. And so all around us, we are primed. And then that's why even waking up and being very self-aware of the content you're ingesting, the people you're talking to, the people you're interacting to, the emails you're looking at trigger you, and then you treat a coworker a certain way because you got pissed off at an email that primed you 30 minutes before, right? Like, people aren't aware of that. And so I'm trying to spread light on the fact that psychology is the most important thing. And that goes down to your programming, who you let into your life, what you let into your life, what you're listening to, what you're watching, and who you're hanging around with.